It can be hard balancing taking care of kids, senior loved ones, and yourself. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. There's a reason 29 million families have turned to Care.com. Find background-checked sitters, nannies, and senior caregivers who can help with everything from watching kids after school to senior meal prep. Whether you need full-time, part-time, or even occasional help, you can view rates and book highly rated caregivers that fit your budget and schedule. Get the help you need with Care.com.
On today's Smart 7, new water bill aims to tackle sewage crisis, Zelensky shuffles cabinet and much more. It's Friday 6th of September. It's Read a Book Day and happy birthday Idris Elba.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
After the publication of the Grenfell inquiry report on Wednesday, there's been growing pressure for justice to take its course for those responsible for the death of 72 people in the London Tower. However, a former director of public prosecutions, Lord MacDonald, was warning that it could still take years before charges are brought and that any trials might not take place until 2029. The Met Police says it needs up to 18 months to finish compiling the evidence, while the three largest companies accused of systematic dishonesty have said they do not accept the findings of the inquiry. Deputy PM and Secretary of State for Housing and Communities, Angela Rayner, says successive governments have gotten their priorities wrong.
Greed and deregulation had been put before safety, and that's what needs to change, is that actually the number one priority of any government is to keep its citizens safe. And this is part of that process.
Housing Ombudsman Richard Blakeway says that there is a class divide baked into the social housing system.
Systems and processes can be kind of callous and uncaring. And you can see how the system pressures are kind of creating a kind of second-class citizen attitude towards social tenants.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced a major cabinet reshuffle on Thursday. He says his government needs new energy, so he's appointed 8 new ministers, including a new Minister of Foreign Affairs, Andriy Sybiha. He replaced the popular Dmytro Kuleba, who was well liked by Ukraine's international allies, and there have been some concerns expressed about the scale of the changes at a critical junction in the war. Zelensky is due to travel to the US to present his victory plan to President Joe Biden, and he spoke to NBC on Thursday to explain the strategy behind Ukraine's Kursk incursion.
The lack of long-range capability made us think, every second, about what alternatives we had, and this led to the operation in Russia's Kursk region, which was a successful operation, by the way.
Even if the operation in Kursk is successful, Russia's reaction to it has been bruising, with increasing missile attacks across Ukraine and a determined push in the Donbass. Dmitry Peskov, President Putin's spokesman, says Russia won't be stopping anytime soon.
Putin has repeatedly emphasized that we are ready to resolve the conflict by political and diplomatic means. The West and Ukraine rejected any proposals of dialogue, so for us, the main thing is to achieve the goals we have in front of us.
If you look forward to opening your post on a Saturday morning, there could be bad news on the way. The Royal Mail has been struggling to meet its service obligations as people post less letters and more parcels, and it's currently 13% below its targets according to the Communication Workers Union. The regulator Ofcom launched a consultation process on what's called the Universal Service Obligation for the Royal Mail earlier this year, and now Ofcom is signalling that it's seriously considering reducing the amount of second-class mail deliveries. That could mean no second-class mail on Saturdays and only on Monday, Wednesday and Friday during the week, although first-class mail would continue 6 days a week for now. Lindsay Fussell is Ofcom's Group Director for Networks and Communication.
We want to make sure we've got a universal postal service that can last us for several decades. What can seem like quite a small change could actually mean that Royal Mail are able to make some pretty significant operational changes behind the scenes and save money.
The government published details on Thursday of the new water bill aimed at bringing to an end the ongoing disaster that is the UK's water industry. Sewage leaks and poor management mean that only 14% of England's waterways are in good ecological health, while the water companies, including Thames Water, continue to struggle with huge debt. The new bill will see water bosses banned from taking bonuses and potentially facing up to 2 years in prison if they attempt to obstruct regulators. Chair of River Action UK, Charles Watson, says that it's good to see some progress, but the whole system is in real trouble.
It's a long long list of measures that will cost the government nothing, but they're not really going to fix anything. It's the system that's broken. They're treating some of the symptoms of the scandal, but they don't get to the cause.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, England gets set to face the Republic of Ireland and Gillian Anderson shares a fantasy. Right after this.
To everyone else, this is a desk. But to you, it's a launch pad. Your starting block. This ain't a desk. This is opportunity.
Students who switch and save can get the Moto G 5G on us at your local Boost retailer.
The Boost mobile network includes roaming coverage from partner networks, which cover 99% of the U.S. population. Moto G 5G on us when you switch with ID verification and new $60 plan activation. Taxes extra. All prices, fees, features, functionality, and other offers are subject to change without notice. See participating dealers for details.
Welcome back. This weekend sees Nations League football swing back to life, with England travelling to Dublin to take on a Republic of Ireland team that has a new manager called Heimir Hallgrimsson, who used to coach Jamaica. England also have a new manager temporarily as Lee Carsley steps up to fill Gareth Southgate's shoes. Carsley, of course, used to play for the Republic of Ireland. The two sides go head-to-head on Saturday. Meanwhile, at the Paralympics, there were 8 more medals, including 2 golds in the pool for Becky Redfern and Alice Ty, and a world record javelin win for Daniel Pembroke. In powerlifting, Mark Swan took silver and Olivia Broom took bronze. She says it was great to be able to have her family in the stadium for support.
I know I had the support back home from mum and dad and all the family, but seeing them in the crowds, and it's extra special. It really made me want to work for a medal. I want you to see me winning this medal, because they didn't get to see it in Tokyo, so it's I want you to see it now.
Gillian Anderson has been an icon for quite some time, back as far as her role as Dana Scully in The X-Files. But her role in Netflix teen comedy Sex Education has opened her eyes to a whole new world of, sex. She played sex therapist Jean Milburn in all 4 series of the Netflix hit, and she says that researching the role opened her eyes to how women are shamed over their sexual desires. She's edited a new book called Want, which features 174 different real-life women's fantasies that were submitted after a public appeal by Anderson.
I think the book would probably be quite a good read for youth of today, because there are so many different versions of how sex can be that is outside what one might see handed to them by the porn industry.
Will Ferrell is one of the biggest comedy stars on planet Earth. He got his start on Saturday Night Live and he's never forgotten the show, making regular guest appearances over the years. One of his best friends from SNL when he was starting out was a fellow writer who has now transitioned and is known as Harper Steele. She'd been nervous about presenting her new self to the world, so Ferrell suggested they take a road trip across America. It's a heartwarming story. It's called Will and Harper, and it hits Netflix on September 27th.
Were you a little worried about how to talk to me when I came out to you?
Yeah, probably a little nervous.
There are no ground rules with friends, I'm telling you. I invite any friend of mine to ask me these questions. I am not afraid to talk about them.
There's a question. Do you think you're a worse driver as a female driver?
That's the dumbest. That is so... No, that is...
Zing!
But I am.
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
1-800-Flowers.com is more than your birthday, anniversary, or just because gift-giving destination. We put our hearts into everything we do to help you celebrate all life's special occasions with friends and family. From our farmers and bakers, florists and makers, everything from 1-800-Flowers is made with love every step of the way, because we know that nothing is more important than delivering a smile. To learn more, visit 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST.